Hey everyone, this is my channel and I will be painting the red panda.
Hey guys, so I'm sitting here on a Sunday having myself a little paint night, and so far I have my background green. So we shall see. I'm going to do the outline and then I'll go on a video again with you guys and you guys can watch me paint it. Alright? Till then.
Hey guys, so I'm back and I know I said you guys could sit with me while I paint and do the outline. However, I've gotten this far so you guys can sit with me while I paint some more. Maybe I'll try and angle it so you guys can actually see me working. It's decent enough. I don't know. You can kind of see Jasper in the background there. So, I am working on what is known as a red panda. And it's actually my first time, so I don't know how well I'm actually doing it. And it's actually funny that they're called red pandas because they look more like a raccoon to me, which is interesting. Interesting enough, right? I mean, so I started painting last summer. I went to a paint night at one of our local bars here. It's one of those things that actually become a big phenomenon now, where this guy will take you step by step how to do paintings. And my first one I ever did was a butterfly. And I thought it was really cool because I've never done something like that before. So, and it actually, I mean, I've always been a little artistic and just kind of like opening my horizons, and I've always been kind of half decent at drawing. I mean, I'm no Van Gogh type person, or I'm like, there's a lot of people I know, like a lot of my friends who are like amazing, like super amazing at drawing. And I'm just like, I always get blown away. So I always get excited when they like tell me that my artwork is really good, and makes me feel good, you know, it makes me feel like I'm doing a lot. And well, what was it now? I started selling them because a lot of the times I'm like, oh, well, I'll see what I get inspired by. I started off by looking at things on Pinterest, so I started kind of copying from there and seeing how that went. And I was able to not like replicate, but I was able to draw it where it looked like the painting. So it was actually really cool. And I've sold a lot of my artwork, pretty decent pricing. I've had a few commission pieces, and what else? Let's see. A few of my cousins have asked me to make some paintings for like their kids' nurseries and stuff, and it was actually really cool. Like my sister, she's good. She really challenged my artistic ability though. Like she showed me this Dumbo painting she really wanted for her son's room. And so I was like, okay, like I'll try. I don't know how well it's gonna turn out. And it actually turned out really good. And I'll have to put the picture in after this slide so that you guys can see it. She actually asked for two. So the first one turned out so good. So I was like, hey, like, can I post it? Like, this is so cool. Like, it actually turned out way better than I thought. And she was like, yeah, post it. And that like just sparked everything. Like everyone was like, can you draw me this? Can you draw me that? And I'm just like, whoa. Like, okay, like, holy. Um, I'll have to actually fade out a few things so that I can show you some of my paintings that I've done. I've done a few unicorns. I've done, it was actually really funny because at the time I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to take a break from the unicorns because, no, the elephants, sorry, because I made like so many. And I made like a bohemian one, and I made a couple of Dumbo ones. And I think my sister wanted me to do one more. But it didn't end up looking how she liked it. And I'm all about like, as long as you like it, then boom. But if not, if you don't like it and it's not what you imagined, then I'm going to sell it because somebody else may like it, right? So it all works out in the end. And let me see what else. Oh, my dad is a carver. So he is a traditional native artist and he carves masks, like mini totem poles and plaques, panels, paints on drums. It's like I feel like I get my artistic ability from both sides. Like my mom can draw some pretty badass paintings and see what else. I think that's yeah, I know. My mom is pretty artistic. I'll show you what she made me as well. Um, she used to draw quite a bit when she was around maybe before I was born. Yeah, I think she was really dabbling in the arts of it and just kind of stopped because it I don't know if it just turned out to not be her thing. But oh, whoops. But yeah, so I was just like a lot of people actually got surprised with my art because they're like, I didn't know you drew or I didn't know you painted, and I was like, yeah, like it just kind of started this year, and my mom told me, she's like, it's great that you're getting your inspiration from online, but maybe try and draw something yourself. So I was like, I'm like, all right, well, yeah, let's see what I can do. So I made my like, first original. Actually, I made like three, yeah. My first original was of a girl who, I'm sorry, who in my culture is called a Heligeste. And what she does is she tames the wild homicide, the cannibal. So she's holding a copper in her hands with a head ring and a a regalia, and it just looks so amazing. Like I was really happy with the result of how it turned out. And then I drew a tuhuid, which is a warrior woman with supernatural powers. And then I drew, or sorry, I painted an Omala, which is a chief's daughter's dance. And ended up giving them for a bingo, or they ended up going into one of our team, my local soccer team's mini auction at bingo, and they were like a big hit, and that's where a lot of people were like, I didn't know you painted. Like, they were so amazed and were just shocked that, it's gonna sound weird, but that kind of talent came from me, because I didn't really showcase it a lot. I mean, so this is where I'm at. Yeah. It's actually starting to look really good. That's what I love about painting, is that when everything just comes together and looks amazing. So for the background, I did it green because I saw something online and it actually looked really cool, and it had like leaves because they're only found basically in trees. So I was gonna do like shapes of leaves everywhere. And I don't know if you guys ever seen those like type of flowers where it's just like little triangle all the way around, and then in between those two little triangle ones is another one. So I kind of wanted to try it like that, but I was gonna make them bigger because they don't think I'm gonna do like little ones, because that's a lot of work. So the next little step is to mix this up, because this is gonna be a dark brown. It's really dark. I don't know if you guys can see it. I wonder if I mix in a little bit of that brown. I don't know what I'm going to do. Could always lighten it up with a little more brown, because I think I put too much black in it. And that's the thing, when you're mixing black with other colors, just to kind of give it a little bit more, like, okay, I'm going to show you guys this. So this one I thought would come out better for the color of the fox, or the panda, sorry. It did not, and it wasn't looking good. So I'm like, I should have just stuck with my guns and literally did the orange, the brown, with a little bit of red. And that would turn out perfectly, like fudge. Just couldn't believe it, actually, just all it took. So, I'll roll this out as much as I can. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So, here comes the hard part now. So, okay, I thought that was just the lighting, but it's not. So, my uncle was at a potlatch, or, well, I don't know, a feast, potlatch feast in Fort Rupert, and they had ochre on their face. And ochre is this clay-like material that people put on their faces after a ceremony is commenced. Well, it sticks to your face, let me tell you that. Unless you're shaving your face off with, oh God, it's just a mess. It's a mess. It's all I can tell you, is it's a mess. Oh, I didn't think this was going to be the see-through. I'm going to go over it again. I'm excited. This is my first time you guys watch me paint. Hopefully when I edit it, it's not going to be that bad. And bear with me, sometimes mine feel like there's not going to be too exciting. Like, I may have to figure out how to spruce it up. Turn that sideways. Okay. No. Though I did use a green background, and the fox's eyes are green. I wonder. Maybe we should do them turquoise. Yeah? No, we're gonna do dark green. Oi. Because we got one more slot on here. This is like the most weird color combination ever. I guess I could have did that somewhere else. Oopsies. Kelly. Sometimes I can sit here for hours. A lot of people, I know they say like they take their time, but I always feel when the flow is flowing, you just keep going. See what I did there? But like one time, a painting took me literally, let's see, started at 11 in the morning. I didn't finish until around, I think it was finally, I called it quits at like 9. And then, let's see, what else? Then I left it for the day, woke up probably like say around 3 and then continued it. And I went from 3 until freaking midnight. Like, that was crazy. That was a lot of man hours. Though it was a pretty big painting, so it was a lot of waiting for it to be dry. And then drawing in, like, what I use is, where is it? Oh, okay, so I finally discovered, like, okay, maybe on darker ones, white will actually turn out. So, I use white pencil crayon. Let me tell you this, it does not show up on light green. So I was having to really, no, it wasn't working. So I was like, darn it, like, what am I going to do now? And, so I try to use the pink one to go back over, and pink doesn't show up either. I'm like, I should have just used pencil like I was going to. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, but you know what? Everything's turning out fine. So it's all good. I'll let that marinate for a second. So now I'm going to use my trusted little one. I don't know the exact name. This is a 2 paintbrush. Most of the ones I have don't really have numbers on them. Because one, I bought them from the dollar store, or actually, you know what, my dad gave me this one, so that's why it has a number on it. But, yeah, the dollar store ones work fine. And that's actually where I get a lot of my canvases. So, I get my canvases at the Dollarama in Campbell River, because I could get big 16 by 20s for $4. What? I'm all about painting on a budget, basically. Though I feel I have issues with paints. Because every time I go to the dollar store, I pick up some paints. Yeah, I have about like 4 whites, 4 blacks. Those are the ones I use the most. And I have about 3 silvers. And I don't know why I need so many silvers. I have a lot of silver because I don't use it all that much. No, my mind's just like, Darian, you need silver. But I did have a lot of yellow at one point because I decided to do a little experiment. I had these 12 by 12 canvases, and I decided that, decided to try a wolf howling at a soccer ball. So I'd have like the soccer ball shape, and then I'd have the wolf right kind of, not in the middle, but kind of smack in the middle of it. And they actually just had a clean sweep here. They won every tournament that they went to. It was so awesome. Like, it's been a while since a team has actually done that in the men's league, anyways. And what else? It was, oh yeah, so like I'm just like, oh well, maybe I'll try and see how it goes. Well, I was like, stupid me was like, I'll make 10 of them and hopefully they'll sell. Thinking there was like a lot of interest. But the only thing that sucked about it was, yeah, I made them, but I should have got the people to pay first. You know, lesson learned, right? Because a lot of the times it was like, oh, my e-transfer's not working, or oh, I don't have the money right now, and or I'll message him like, hey, the painting's done, it's $25. Oh, I only sold them for $25. Someone's like, you could be selling these for $40. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm only starting out, so I'm not going to be selling them for that much. Like, no. No. And then, but I had the idea though, because June Sports is our home turf and our home turf tournament. I figure I'm like, you know what? I'll make 10 of Thunderette ones, 10 of the Reds ones, 10 Wolf ones, and oh no, I think I said I was only going to do 5. Do 5 of each. And then I think there ended up being, oh, what was it? I don't know. There was quite a few. Get a table, sell them, $25. Cha-ching. That's like $500. I think there's usually like 10 teams, well-known teams that come up. So I figure I'm like, maybe I'm just about to do that. You guys want to see my progress? Yeah, does it look like a panda one? It looks so cute. God, these things are like super adorable. But yeah, they're vicious as fudge, but probably super adorbs. Oh no 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 no. Ah. Only thing about being being a left-hander is actually somebody comment if you're a left-hander. Left-hander for life, because you know the struggles that we all go through. I mean, I do things a little backwards, and I do my check marks backwards. I get like constant pen marks, pencil marks, like you name it, I get it on my freaking hand. And sometimes people don't know the struggles. The struggle is real, man. Like, so I may have to edit a few of this stuff out, but I'll come back to you with the finished product, okay? thank you for watching me paint the red panda. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more. Bye for now.